Hello guys, in this video I'll be talking about temporary pacemaker. Temporary pacemaker is an artificial device that delivers timed electrical stimulus to the heart. Why we are using temporary pacemaker? One is to increase the heart rate of the patient who is in bradycardia or in the heart block patient. And it is also used in a patient to decrease the heart rate for tachycardia or to overdrive the pacing. Overdrive means to pace at a rate that is faster than the intrinsic heart rate. The main goal of using a temporary pacemaker is to maintain the adequate cardiac output. As we previously discussed, temporary pacemakers are used in bradycardia. Bradycardia means decreased heart rate. That means decreased contraction that ultimately result in decreased cardiac output. So, temporary pacemakers are used to increase the heart rate and to increase the cardiac output. And it is also used in a patient with tachycardia. Tachycardia means fast heart rate. That means we do not have enough time to fill the heart, which result in decreased preload and ultimately result in low cardiac output. So in this case, temporary pacemaker is used to decrease the heart rate. And ideally, we use a temporary pacemaker only when the medication like atropine doesn't respond to the patient. How to temporarily pace the patient? Before entering into the topic, you need to know the two basic components of temporary pacemaker setup. One is pulse generator, that means power source and electronic that are used to control the generation of pulses, and it includes some setting that can be controlled. And another component is pacing lead. Pacing lead are insulated wires that have metal ends and used to conduct the electrical impulse from pulse generator to the heart. There are three ways to pace the patient. One is transcutaneous pacing, second one is transvenous pacing or endocardial pacing, third one is epicardial pacing. In transcutaneous pacing, electrical shocks are given through the pads that is attached in the patient's chest, and it is most commonly used in the emergency situation that require pacing promptly. Here in transcutaneous pacing, defibrillator is the pulse generator and the pad aux is a lead that conducts the electrical energy into the heart. In transvenous or endocardial pacing, pacing leads are usually inserted into the heart through the internal jugular or subclavian vein. The end of the catheter lies in the atrium or in the ventricle down in the apex. Here, the electrical signals pass directly into the endocardium, and this type of pacing is more reliable and comfortable for the patient. And let's talk about epicardial pacing. Here, pacing leads are attached to the epicardium, so it delivers electrical impulse directly into the atrium or in the ventricle. This type of leads are placed during the cardiac surgery, and these leads can be removed through the chest wall. And sometimes pacing doesn't capture, and at that time we use skin for pacing, and skin pacing are quite painful than other. Now let's talk about the buttons present in temporary pacemaker. This was the start button. This pacing box is from electronics. And this is the power button. This button is lock button. If you need to change the setting, then we need to unlock it, and then we can change the setting like this. This one is the red button, and the red can be set as per the patient physiological need. And this is the output button. In a dual chamber pacing box, there are two output buttons, one for atrium and one for the ventricle. But in a single chamber pacing box, there is only one output pacing button. Usually, patient output are decided after testing the pacing threshold. Threshold is set by gradually reducing the output till the pacing capture is lost, and then quickly raise it back. And another difference in single chamber pacing box and dual chamber pacing box is in dual chamber pacing box there is a sensitivity. This one is the sensitivity button. Sensitivity buttons are usually used to adjust the sensitivity. It ranges from minimum 0.4 millivolt to highest 20 millivolt, as you can also see in the video. And higher the number, the less sensitive, lower the number, more sensitivities. It is a battery indicator. Here the battery is low, so the pacing box shows a red light flash behind the battery indicator. Whereas in another pacing box, it has fully battery charged. And at the bottom of the pacing box, there is a button, so just press it to open the battery drawer, and battery are inserted by seeing the polarity marking on the inside of the battery drawer, as you can also see in the video.
यो प्लस छ भने चाहिँ हाम्रो यहाँबाट नि हेर्नु मिल्छ कि प्लस यता छ नि त त्यो भएर हामीले प्लस यतापट्टि राख्नु होइन अब यतापट्टि प्लस छ अनि हाम्रो यतापट्टि प्लस छ नि त त्यो भएर हामीले कुन साइडमा राख्ने भनेर चाहिँ कन्फ्युजन भयो भने चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ जस्तै अब यहाँ प्लस भएको भएर यतापट्टि फर्काएर राख्नु मिल्यो होइन अनि त्यो चाहिँ हामीले नेगेटिभबाट पनि हेरेर युज गर्न सकिन्छ.
And we should always hang the fresh new battery for backup, so that we can change the battery immediately after battery down. And lastly, on the top of the pacing box, the connector block has a socket designed for each chamber, A for atrium and B for ventricle, and they are color coded: blue for atrium and white for ventricle. Now let's see how pacing works in bradycardia. Here patient has heart rate 55 beats per minute, so we put patient cable in connector block. Initially patient output was set to 4 milliampere, so pacing doesn't capture. Then we increase the output to 15 milliampere. Still pacing fails to capture. Then we increase the output to 23 milliampere. Now we see the pacing spike in ECG. In this way, temporary pacing box works during bradycardia by increasing the heart rate from 55 to set rate 90 beats per minute. Actually, there are two modes of pacing. One is synchronous and another is asynchronous. Synchronous is also known as a demand mode. It syncs whenever heart rate drops, it detects the heart and fires the electrical impulse to conduct the heart. And in asynchronous, there is a fixed rate. It continuously fires the fixed rate regardless of patient actual rate. Now let's talk about how to connect pacing leads to temporary pacemaker. We can connect pacing leads to temporary pacemaker by using connecting cables, as you can also see in the video.
बाहिर चाहिँ यस्तो खालको लिड हुन्छ यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ एलिगेटरले मजाले चाहिँ यसरी च्याप्नु पर्यो है च्यापिसकेपछि अनि यसले चाहिँ बल्ल क्याच गर्छ यसलाई पनि हामीले यसरी चाहिँ अट्याच गर्नु पर्यो है र यसमा चाहिँ हामीले कसरी चाहिँ अब फङ्सन गर्न सकिन्छ त भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब यो लिडलाई चाहिँ हामीले कहाँ राख्ने होला त भन्दाखेरि यो लिडलाई चाहिँ हामीले यसरी यहाँ यसरी राख्ने अनि अर्कोलाई चाहिँ यसरी राख्ने यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले यसो गरेर यसरी राख्ने अनि त्यसपछि यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले यहाँ राख्ने जस्तै यो भेन्ट्रिकल हो त्यो भएर हामीले चाहिँ भेन्ट्रिकलमा यहाँ लेखेको छ नि त यो भेन्ट्रिकल यसरी एट्याच गर्ने अनि त्यो अनुसार हामीले कतिमा सेट गर्ने हो यो लक भएको छ कतिमा सेट गर्ने त्यो अनुसार घटाउने बढाउने गर्न सकिन्छ. अहिले हामी पेसेन्टको चाहिँ ब्याकअपमा राखेको छु त्यो भएर चाहिँ 16 मा राखौँ है त. अनि अब हामीले चाहिँ यो क्याच गर्दैन कि होइन क्याच गरेन भने चाहिँ सुरुमा चाहिँ हामी कहिले चाहिँ एनएस राखेर पनि यसको चाहिँ सेन्सिटिभिटीलाई चाहिँ बढाउन सकिन्छ है किनभने यसको चाहिँ वाटर भनेको गुड कन्डक्टर अफ हिट एन्ड इलेक्ट्रिसिटी हो नि त त्यही भएर हामीले चाहिँ वाटर राख्न पनि सकिन्छ. वाटर भन्नाले चाहिँ हामीले यहाँ चाहिँ स्टल वाटर अथवा चाहिँ एनएस चाहिँ राख्न सकिन्छ. अनि अब यदि चाहिँ अहिले क्याच त्यो पनि गर्दा भएन भने चाहिँ हामीले यसको चाहिँ एलिगेटरहरू युज गर्न सकिन्छ जुन चाहिँ अब हामीले यसरी चाहिँहरूलाई देखाइरहेको छौँ होइन यसरी चाहिँ हामीले एलिगेटर राखेर